Hello everyone. After a long time, I'm coming live here. So sorry for that. I know, Strabo. I know it's you. So good evening to all the viewers after a long time. Let's wait for a few more people. So today's topic is very interesting, which I haven't covered so far in any of my live classes or anywhere at all in any of the courses so far. So let me wait for others. I think on a very short notice, I have come up live. Just hold on till the time people join. Akash, Ankita. Hello, everyone. So how you guys are doing? So it's having a tough call for me to manage everything. My job got over around 9 o'clock, 9:30. Then after that, it's really difficult. See, going live is it's easy, right? Once you have all the resources and everything. But it's not that easy. All that seems to be easy, but it's not that easy. Yeah, I had my dinner and all. Okay. I need to start on time today because already it's 11 o'clock. Do you guys want me like if someday I don't take class, do you want me to come at 11? I can come at 11, but that won't be a late for you all. Sometimes work gets over by 9, 9:30. So it takes some time, right? So it takes some time. How many people have joined so far? Let me check. 21 people. Good. Not a very good number. That's okay. Fine. Shall I start or should I wait for 2, 3, 4 minutes for the people to join? I want this lecture is very important. I want most of the people to be here, right? Because this is the most crucial thing which Snowflake is known for. I know Akash, I know Akash, I know Akash. I'll speak to you. Snowflake class is required. I think close to 30, 40 class I need. Still many topics are left. Still many topics are left. Yeah, most of you can manage at 11. Even I can come at 11. 11 is not I mean, 11 is fine for me. Right, but not every time. Someday like work get over by 9:30 or 10 o'clock, so it's become difficult to immediately jump up. Okay, then let's begin. Let's begin this topic. Otherwise I don't want to drag much. People can join later. Let me share my screen 1 second. Share screen. Where's the PDF file for me? Yeah, okay. Share screen, and then where is my PDF file? Everyone can see my screen. Is it visible? Is it visible to you? वो जनरल लिखा हुआ है, वो जनरल लिखा हुआ है, right? So why the reason we are studying Snowflake? The reason behind going with the Snowflake is, first of all, of course, it's a cloud technology, right? Companies are moving about the cloud. It gives you unlimited storage and so many features it has. But the most important thing which Snowflake is known for is your time travel. This is the most crucial things which makes Snowflake stand out of the box here. What does time travel mean? That means you can go back and see what all changes you have done 2 days back, 3 days back, week back, 60 days back, 90 days back, so that you can recover that data. If any employee or if any data engineer did some changes at any particular period of time, at any particular period of time, and later on after 6 months, suppose client came up or the requirements came in such a way that I need the data at that particular moment of time, what all things changes Anand has made, or what all changes any employee who has joined the company at that particular point, he or she has made changes to the code. That might be a requirement, but not very often. This requirement may come sometimes once in a year, or if the data is very crucial, or if by mistake any important data from the business point of view which might have got deleted or might have got updated, I need to retrace that, right? I need to retrace that. So in that case, your time travel concepts will come into picture. A very, very powerful concept in Snowflake, which will help you to go back and then retrace what all the query changes or what all things you have done. So it is the most powerful feature introduced by Snowflake, and it will be discussed in detail in this article. This PDF file I have prepared, I will upload it on the GitHub, as you know the link, and then I'll share with you, which you can go through. Very, very important document. So today and maybe day after tomorrow, I'll continue with this topic only. I'll show you in and out how you can do time travel in Snowflake. And today also we'll see in the lab. Okay, so this was the most important topic in Snowflake, which I wanted which I wanted to discuss in great detail, but unfortunately, I didn't get time. So far, I have never discussed this topic in any of my courses anywhere so far at all. So this is the first time you will be hearing this topic at all for the very, very, very first time. Right now, let's talk about what. Let's have an introduction. Who needs this time travel, and what is the repercussions of this? We know all these data projects are complex in nature, and there are various scenarios where we as a data engineer, we are talking about data, where we as a data engineer would like to see how data looked like yesterday or at some point time in history. Mera data kaisa tha? How was the structure of my data? How was the structure of my table? At what point, what all changes I have made? And after 6 months down the line, how I have progressed. Such kind of information I can access using time travel concepts in Snowflake, right? So Snowflake time travel enables accessing historical data. This word is very, very important. That is, data has been changed or deleted. This is the most important features which you'll be talking in any of your Snowflake interview, right? If you ask you what are the most important features which makes Snowflake stand out of this is your first important features: time travel. You can go back time, right? So it serves as a powerful tool for performing the following tasks. What are the tasks? First one, restoring data related objects. I can restore my table, I can restore my database, I can restore my schemas, everything I can restore, whatever has been deleted, truncated, or any changes which has been done few months back, few weeks back. Now, right, that we can do it. That might have been accidentally or intentionally deleted, right? Duplicating and backing up data from key points in the past. I want to know the data. How was my table structure used to look 6 months back? 6 months back कैसा था मेरा table structure? मुझे चाहिए उसका backup. अब तो हो नहीं सकता. Now it's not possible 6 months back, but Snowflake gives you that capability. Snowflake gives you that capability. You can analyze your data and use manipulation over specified period of time, right? So that you can bring some key insights from the past, right? Key insights from the past. So all these things you can do it in the Snowflake. So time travel feature in Snowflake allows database or schemas or tables to preserve all the changes done up to last 90 days. Now, guys, you remember when I was teaching you the Snowflake first class, I have told you there are three editions of the Snowflake. First is the standard edition. Next is your enterprise edition. Third one is your business critical. Now, your standard edition, which we guys are using, which we are using in our lab, which has a trial period of 30 days. that has time travel of only 1 day, 24 hours. You can go back only 24 hours back, not beyond that, because this is the trial account. This is the free account which you are using without any credit card, without any account information, right? So that case, you will be getting your 24 hours also. Then comes your enterprise edition. Enterprise edition, which allows you to 90 days of time travel. You can go back 30 days and you can retrieve the data easily. Whatever the changes which you have done in that particular table, in that particular database, in that particular schema, in that particular views, right? Correct, right? Without any additional burden. Now, next comes your business critical. Business critical was the third option, which we didn't selected. Business critical was the third option, which we didn't selected. In business critical, it gives you 6 months time. It gives you 6 months time of data because it's a business critical. The word itself says business critical. I can go back and take it, the data 6 months back. Maybe your finance data, financial data, someone by mistake or by intention have deleted, have corrupted the data or have deleted the data anyhow, right? So I want to retrieve that data. Then in that case also I can go back and ask Snowflake administrator, or I will run the query and it will give me. But what about beyond 60 days? What about beyond 90 days? Or what about beyond 6 months? Even if I have taken enterprise edition, if I want 1 year back data, 1.5 year back data, still you can retrieve that, but costs are associated with that. You have to pay, you have to write a written mail to the Snowflake administrator that I need information about 1 year back data. Because 1 year back data you cannot access in enterprise edition also, right? Because enterprise edition also will give you 6 months. So if you want to access any data which has been truncated, which has been deleted 60 days back, 6 months back, then in that case you have to write a written mail, and Snowflake administrator or developer will give you a cost that you have to pay $1,000, you have to pay $2,000 in order to fetch it, right? In order to fetch it, right? So a key component of Snowflake time travel is the data retention period, which I was talking about. What are the data retention period? So Snowflake preserve the state of the data before the update. The data retention period specify the number of days for which this historical data is preserved, and therefore time travel operation, whatever the time travel operation which you will see in the lab, is this class for data analytics or for data engineer? This is class for the Snowflake. It is not specific to data engineer or data analytics. This is class for the Snowflake. It is valid for data analytics also. It is valid for data engineer also. It is valid for pipeline engineer also, for everything. For everything. Because I'll be running SQL query. Yeah. Suppose you have been learning Snowflake from last 1 month. You want to know in the table what all records you have updated some 20 days back. Easily you can get to know. I'll show it in the lab. I'll show you in the lab, and then you can practice in your data sets. Because you might have been practicing Snowflake from almost 30 days, right? So I want everyone's attention. Very, very important class, which I haven't discussed any time down for the line. So what is the standard retention period? So standard retention period is 1 day, 24 hours, and is automatically for all Snowflake accounts, whether your trial account, enterprise account, or any account. So you can access your data 24 hours time. You can go back 1 day back, right? Correct? Clear? So for Snowflake standard edition, retention period can be set to 0 or unset back to the default of 1 day at the account and object level, right? When you log into the Snowflake, you should have seen the account admin over there, right? Account admin over there. So in that way, you should log in via account admin, and then you can set to 0 or 1 day. If you set to 0 means you are disrupting the time travel. You cannot go back. You cannot go back. By default, Snowflake enables you. Your next question will come in one, sir, I want to disable. I don't want time travel. You can disable it by setting one variable name to 0. I'll show you in the lab also, right? Automatically, the standard retention period is 1 day, 24 hours, right? For Snowflake Enterprise Edition and higher, it gets increases, right? It can be set to 0 or unset back to the default of 1 day, right? So for permanent database, schemas, and table, retention period can be set to any value from 0 to 90 days. Now, you can't set your standard edition. If you try setting your standard edition to 50 days or 60 days, you cannot do it because Snowflake will give you an error. Snowflake will give you an error. I'll show you it in the lab. You cannot set in the trial period. Snowflake will give you an error because we as a candidate or as a student are using the normal edition, right? We are using the standard edition, correct? Which is free of cost. We don't have to pay it, right? We don't have to pay it. A retention period of 0 days for an object effectively disable time travel for the object. So if you set time travel to 0, you will disable your time travel. Automatically time travel has been set to 1. That means 24 hours, right? 24 hours. So what are the advantage of time travel? Let me see in the chat. What do you think advantage of time travel? There's so many advantages, huge advantages of time travel. What are the advantages? Most critical advantage from business point of view. Most critical advantage from business point of view. What do you think? What can be the advantage of time travel? Why do we need time travel, or why Snowflake has come up with the time travel? I started my class from the beginning. Why do we need time travel? Quick. In the chat, why do we need time travel? Huh? No one is responding. Are you guys listening or not? Why do we need time travel? If data gets deleted by mistake, historical data, yes, historical data, financial mistake, things we can recover, all this information, right? So the first advantage is there are many use cases and scenarios where we need time travel feature desperately, and you might have gone through one of them if you have managed a production grade, large enterprise, complex data project. Very, very important line at the end. Production grade, large enterprise, complex data project, which has millions and trillions of record, right? So your intent to identify data and mistakenly apply those DML operation, data manipulation, delete, truncate, drop, insert, update, or delete in production environment, live environment, right? And committed them to. Committed means you have saved the transaction. You have saved the transaction. After some time, you realize that the changes you want to make is not in production and damage is already done. You are screwed. You have done the damage in the production. Now it will be a big escalation from the manager. So immediately you can fix this within a fraction of a second. You can fix this within 30 seconds just by writing one command. Although you have done it in the production, still you can fix it, right? Still you can fix it by the time travel, right? You can go back and do all those changes. ये सर ये मैनेजर चेक करेगा कि किसका गलती से डेटा डिलीट, हाँ मैनेजर के पास एक्सेस होगा, यस ही और शी कैन सी इट इजीली, हाँ मैनेजर को दिख जाएगा कि किसने ये डिलीट किया है. हाँ, every SQL will have an ID generated. Wait for the lab. I'll tell you. Lab will be very interesting. So wait for the lab. Theory though is important. First, let me explain you the theory. Then I'll go to the lab. Yeah. So you have done production hot. Sorry, you have done production hot fix. Oh, one minute. Huh. So you have done production hot fix for a data bug and want to perform a regression testing with a state the data from the past. I need to do my regression analysis. I need to do my linear regression model. I want to work on my linear regression model on the past data, but past data is not available. Past data is not available. Yes, Snowflake only it works for the time being, but the past data is not available. You cannot do time travel in MySQL. MySQL doesn't support it, right? So I want to do my regression testing, my performance testing on the past data so that I can predict the future, right? So I can do that. Then you can add new metrics or KPI to existing data models and would like to validate before and after behavior. In that case, you want the past state of data, right? Past state of data. A new manager, a new CEO of the company has been hired recently. He wants to see all the data operations which is being done 6 months back. He is not happy with the performance, right? He's there to increase the stocks of the company. So he'll say, Anand, I would like to see what were my data 6 months back, which all the tables you were using it. That time I was using 60 columns. Now I'm using 240 columns. What all changes I have made? I can easily show him if provided my enterprise works in the Snowflake. If my entire data architecture is hosted on the Snowflake, that's the beauty of Snowflake. That's why most companies spending a huge amount of this Snowflake. This is the reason. Time travel, right? Cloud tab you get on Amazon Web Service, Azure also, but Snowflake has that capability which gives you a time travel, and you can validate all your KPI from the past so that you can predict the model. When the data scientist will be designing the model, he needs the past data. He needs the past data, historical data. Then in that case, when I say past data, I doesn't mean 2015-16 data. I mean the data which has been deleted, the data which has been truncated, Don't get confused. When I say historical data, that doesn't mean that 2015 data. That data will be there in the database. You will say, sir, that data is, of course, is there in the database. Historical data means the data which has been deleted historically. 2015 में कोई डेटा होगा जिसको डिलीट कर दिया किसी ने, मुझे वो डेटा चाहिए. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Which are the data which has been deleted 2 years back, 3 years back, 6 months back, 4 months back. That's what my motive is. So if you want to restore data for any regulatory or audit purpose, then in that case, you need time travel. Yes, right? Okay. So current data storage we have, where we do DDL, DML, all those commands we have. Then time travel, where does it come? It fits somewhere in the between. You will be having same select statement, but there are two keywords here, at and before. We'll see how does it work in the lab. We'll see how at and before works in the lab, right? Fail safe, I will take a differentiation. Don't ask me what do you mean by fail safe. I'll take a differentiation. That's why Snowflake is a very, very huge topic, right? If you go outside for the Snowflake, you have to pay 20,000 to 40,000 rupees, which you are learning here free of cost, in and out. Not a single topic I'll be leaving it, right? Data integration, so I have not come up yet. So that is also there in the pipeline. 40 class guys I need for this entire Snowflake. That's how I figured it out. This is the 20th class, 20 more we need to complete the entire Snowflake in and out. Then you can go with the certification also. I'll tell you how to go with the live certification exam. I want all of you, those who are watching my viewers, everyone to attempt the certification exam, which will cost you 24 to 30,000. Trust me, if you clear that certification, basics level job, you will get straight entry to the market. Even if you are fresher, straight into the market. Right? We have somehow covered 50%. Yes, we have somehow covered 50%. Yes, 50% has been done. Okay. Using time travel, you can perform the following action. Query data in the past. We have seen creating clones of entire. Clones means replica I can create of the table which has been deleted. Imagine the beauty. I can run all my machine learning model. You are framing that repercussions in the mind. How machine learning models, if I develop on this past data, how it will help the future. If I have the past data access, that's the beauty of time travel. I can restore something which if I want for my further analysis. Sometimes it happens, अरे यार ये तो है ही नहीं डेटा, आप तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते, फिर से बनाओ. क्यों बनाओ? Retrieve that data. Company will be using the interpretation. Every company will use interpretation. You have that 6 months time. 6 months is a huge time. A lot many things can happen in the 6 months. बहुत कुछ हो जाता है 6 month में, right? बहुत कुछ हो जाता है 6 month में. Once the defined period of time has lapsed, this data is moved to Snowflake fail-safe, which you won't be having access. You might be thinking, after 6 months के बाद क्या होगा डेटा? डेटा एक fail-safe zone में चला जाता है, जिसका access हमें नहीं मिलता. Whose access we don't have it. If you try to access beyond 6 months, then we have to reach out to the Snowflake team. And for that, costs are involved. Snowflake team will charge you a cost. Definitely a huge cost they will ask you. Maybe $10,000, $1,000, I don't know, based on the severity of the data. Based on the length of the data, count of the data, right? Based on the length of the data and count of the data, right? Note, a long running time travel query will delay moving any data and objects, tables, schemas, and database in the account into fail-safe until the query completes. If you have written a very complex query, time travel complex query, which it will delay any moving data and objects in the account into fail-safe until the query completes. Query might take 2 hours, 3 hours. If your query has been written in that way, then it might go to the fail-safe also zone. And you can later on, you can access easily, right? Now this is important, which I want to discuss. This is the column which I was talking about you. Data retention time in days. You have to use this column, this variable name in order to set number of days, 40 days, 50 days, 60 days, 70 days, right? You won't be having access to this. Only the Snowflake administrator, when you will joining any IT company, maybe data engineer folks will have access to this. They will set it for the entire team. Which can be used by the user with account admin. That's what I'm telling you. You will never have account admin access if you join any IT company. Trust me, no one will having it until unless you are a part of data engineer team. Any one of you, none of you working as a data analyst or business analyst or a consultant will have account admin access of the Snowflake, which you see it right now, which you see in all my Snowflake classes. None of you will be having, right? The same parameter can be used to explicitly override the default when creating. You just have to set this to zeros and one. 0 means there is no time travel. 1 means there's a time travel of 1 day. 50 means there's a time travel of 50 days. Right? This is called retention period, minimum data retention time in days. Account parameter can be set by users to set a minimum retention period for the account. This parameter does not alter or replace. It does not alter or replace or the account, right? This does not alter or replace the data retention time in days. Minimum I want 20 days, maximum I want 50 days. That's it. Minimum and maximum, right? Minimum and maximum I want. That's what my analysis is. Maximum I can have, minimum I can have. Now you must be thinking how you can enable and disable time travel, right? How I can enable and disable my time travel. Now, no tasks are required to enable time travel. It is automatically enabled with the standard 1 day retention period. You have to remember this retention period. When I was giving this demo, when I was talking about the Snowflake to my current company at Unilever, when I was talking them what is the beauty of Snowflake and why don't we integrate it Snowflake into picture, I was speaking to the data engineer team and I was telling them, right? So let's have a Snowflake as a database and let's move the entire data into that so that it becomes really easy. So I was discussing all these things. Correct? 90 days I have told you, right? You can read about storage cost for time travel and failsafe. Storage cost, just you can read it. I'll give you the link. Okay? Minimum, maximum data retention in days. This we'll see in the lab. Just glimmering through it. Now listen this. What does it say? Before setting data retention time in days to 0 for any object, consider whether you wish to disable time travel for the object, particularly as it pertains to recovering the object if it is dropped. When an object with no retention period is dropped, you will not be able to restore the object. So don't ever do this. Always have at least 24 hours. कुछ गलती से अगर कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया, तुमने डिलीट कर दिया, मैनेजर ने तुम्हें एक्सेस दिया था, and by somehow your undrop command is not working up, लग गई लंका फिर. ठीक है? So in order to save yourself, don't reset your data retention time in days to 0. Your time travel will be disabled. Don't do that. Yes. So as a general, what is the thumb rule? We recommend maintaining a value of 1 day for any given object. 1 day for any given object. Okay, 1 day we need. 24 hours to be need. Right? We need at least 1 day for that. Okay? We need 1 day for that. Okay. Shall I take you to the lab? Do you want to go to the lab and see how does it work? Shall I take you, everyone? Ready to see in the lab? Or you guys are sleeping? Huh? Everyone? Dozing off? Tell yes, no in the comment. Quickly, I want to show you in the lab. I'll keep this class as short as possible. Okay? Let me go straight to the lab. Okay. Just 1 minute. Let me stop share and let me share my screen again. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. And here we go. Okay. Okay. I'll maximize it. Yeah. Let me share my screen. Can you see my worksheet? Let the screen come so that icons. Everyone, screen is visible. I'm having 2 dual screens so I can see what you are seeing. Right? Screen is visible? Yeah. Okay. So first of all, we can use a database demo database. Or I have created one database called time travel. You can create one time travel database. Yes, you can create one time, or you can use existing database. Then I'm creating one table, guys. Then I'm creating one table. See this. Data retention time in days. This is a keyword. This is a keyword. Now, if you try to create a table and if you try to give 7 days, it will give you an error. It will give you an error. Exceeds maximum allowable retention time. What is the retention time, guys? 1 day. Maximum retention time is what? 1 day. So it will give you an error and it should give you an error. This is working fine. If you set it to 0, you are disabling time travel. You are disabling time travel. You cannot retrieve the data. There's no way you cannot retrieve the data. Okay. So make sure you set it to 1. 1 means 24 hours. Make sure you set it to 1. 1 means 24 hours. Right? ठीक है, ये तो set हो गया. ठीक है? Let's see the table. Time travel, schema name, public. You know all this information, right? You know this. Account owner, account admin. Only the account admin users can do this. Right? You working as a data analyst cannot do this. Only the account admin users can do this. Only the account admin users can do this. Okay? Ha. If you describe this table, everyone knows now what does the describe table means. Everything it will display you all the information, right? What is the policy name and all. I'm not going into much detail. We all are aware of. Now, command to set data retention time in days to given value. Alter command, everyone knows. If you want to change something, the data type, what do we use? Alter table command. So alter table name, set what? Data retention time in days. Guys, this is a keyword. This is a very reserved word. You have to write it in the exact same way. Data retention time in days 55. If I do this, it will give me error because still I'm in the standard edition. Just I'm explaining you because still I'm in the standard edition. It won't work, right? It will only work in the enterprise edition. So enterprise edition people can set this. We are not working in the enterprise edition. That's why we cannot set. Anytime we can set it 50 days, 40 days, 30 days, or 60 days. Maximum is 60 days for an enterprise edition. Okay. Now, I'm creating one database, time travel. Create or replace. Okay, I'm creating one database, time travel. Then I'm using that database, time travel. I'm creating a table called as a consumer complaint. This we have created a multiple time. Note it, I'm not setting it. Why I'm not running this command? Guys, data retention time index, by default, Snowflake automatically enables it. By default, Snowflake automatically enables it. So you don't have to run this command at all. You don't have to run this command at all. Okay. Now, so okay, I created this table. I'm describing this table. I know what are the columns, what are the data types. You guys are now aware with this. Now, if I do select star, it will give me 0 records. You will say, sir, you have not updated records. Let us upload the records. How to upload the records, guys? Hope you remember. Go to the database. Go to the database. Select your database. Select the table. And then load the table. You have to create the file format. I have created the file format already. I'll show you. I have created the file format already. Oh, I have not created. I just now created. I think by mistake it got deleted. No worries. Load table. So choose the warehouse. Click on next. Select the files from the computer. So my file is downloads. Make sure you have a very clean file. EDA I have taught you already. Make sure you have that clean file. So I've selected this 14.4 MB size. Right? Click on next. So let's create one file format, CSV, time travel, CSV time travel, skip header 1. You know these things. Click on finish, select it, click on next, and click on load. Right? We have done this multiple times. Correct. Did it get loaded? So once this data gets loaded, then I'll show you the query. What exactly we can do it and how we can do it. Share this with your friends and everyone. Let them know this. Even you can share this with your manager. External staging I can do. I don't want to do external staging. It's fine. I have loaded it. Okay. Worksheet. Let's do select star. Okay. Okay. The first, everyone knows these columns are different columns are there, right? Different columns are there. 65,499 rows we have in the table. Now, first command which I will be running is the current timestamp. What is the reason behind running this current timestamp? I want to know my right now. What is the time? Right? 1805. This is the default time it gives. Right? Based on your server location. We all know this. So let me note it down here. Oh, sorry. Let me note it down here. This is the default server time, which gives you where your server is located. Okay, I have saved it 18.5, 27, 6.5. Okay, now remember this time. I'll make use of this. Now, first one, I'm setting my time zone to UTC. Okay, I'm setting my time zone to UTC. Okay, I'm setting my time zone to UTC. Now, I'm just checking what are my distinct sub issue in the consumer complaint. So, guys, these are the distinct sub issue. Null, debt is not mine, debt was paid, frequent. Some column is there which has certain values. Some column is there which has certain distinct values. Total 68 values we have. Total 68 values we have. Right? Total 68 values. By mistake, a fresher joined my company. By mistake, a fresher joined my company, say on this date. Today is 28/11. A fresher joined the company on some 3 months back or 2 months back. By mistake, he had the read and write access on this table. He ran this command and all the sub-issue column, he made it null. By mistake, he updated all the records. So he screwed the data. He or she. Done. Lag gayi lanka. He or she screwed the record. Khatam kahani. Right? So if I do select star, if I do not select distinct sub-issue, you'll see everything will come null. Only the null is there. Only the null is there. Right? Only the null is there. You can check the data also. Only you will see the null. Nothing else. Null, 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 null. Because he updated it. He updated it. Next, he updated it. Okay? Okay. Now, I want to know. Now, let's go back to the time. Let's go back to the time. I have this time. I have this time. I want to know 6 months, 6 months back, 8 months back. What is this one? Now I want to see what happened at that particular day, at that particular time. What happened at that particular day and at that particular time. The syntax is, I want to see my all records. I want to see my all records, or I will say select distinct. I don't know. CEO of the company came and he want to know, Anand, what were the sub issue at that time? What were the sub issue at that time? Before this time. Timestamp, what was that? Colon, timestamp. This is the syntax which you have to follow. Okay. This is the syntax which you have to follow. So I can get it easily. I will go to that particular time. How many times I have went back? If I run current timestamp, I just went 3 minutes back, right? 28/11, 18/5. Now it is 18/8. 3 minutes back, guys. Just I'm showing you what you have done 3 minutes back. Imagine time travel 3 minutes back. I'm going it. So what is the syntax? You will write the command here. Before is the keyword. Before is the keyword. Timestamp greater than equal to. You have to specify the entire timestamp in single quote, double colon, 2 colon you have to put, and you have to write timestamp. And you can see what all he has deleted. What all he has deleted. What all he has deleted. Right? So these were the things which he has deleted. These were the things which he has deleted. I can also see my all the records. I can also see my all the records. I can also see my all the records. Sorry. I can also see my all the records for that particular column. Have it. I have it now. Right? I have it now. Everything is coming. In the null. Null was present before also. So this also came into the picture. This also came into the picture. Right? So this is the time travel based on timestamp. Time travel based on timestamp. When time is given to you. Right? Time is given to you. Now I can also check what was the what Anand worked on 5 minutes before. Which query he ran 5 minutes before, or what are the things he deleted 5 minutes before? What are the things he's just deleted 5 minutes before? 5 minutes before. So what I'll do, select star from AJ consumer. At is the keyword. Offset greater than equal to -60 into 5. Why -60? Everyone, why -60? Why -60? Because you are going 300 seconds back, 50 minutes. Right? I'm giving it in the second. Offset, you need to specify in second. offset, you need to specify it in second. So I can check what were my records. Sub issue was present. Sub issue was present at that time. Sub issue was present at that time. Right? Sub issue was present at that time. Correct? Sub issue was present at that time. Right? So this is minus 60 into 5. Now, what I did? I set my tags to be null. Again, one mistake happened. This guy or girl updated one of the column again, some 2 months back. He updated all the records. But this time, you don't know the time. Somehow you don't know the time. You know the query ID. Every query which you will write in Snowflake will have a query ID associated with it. Right? So this time you have the query ID. So query ID, I note it down and I just copy and paste it. Now I can also go time travel by writing this query ID. Select star from as a consumer before statement greater than equal to that query ID. I need to specify it. And here you go. You will get all the tags, even if by mistake he or she has set it to be null. Right? All the distinct tags you can see at that particular time, which were there. All it will come. So you can retain your data. Now, this is a very important thing that I'm teaching you from the analyst point of view or from the data engineer point of view. So make sure you are aware of this. Right? 2 things I have shown you. One using query ID and one using your offset time, 2 minutes back, 30 minutes back, 40 minutes back, and timestamp. Mostly these two you will be using. Mostly these two you will be using. Right? Correct? Got an understanding how to do it? How to do this? Now, your homework will be, since you guys have updated this table, I know you guys have updated this table some 1 month back, I believe 1 month back. Try to delete some record and check 3 months back data. Give some 3 months back data, 1 month back data. Just give some date, some 10 days back. सर अगर हम लोग का कोड को भी क्लियर करता है तो वो भी यहाँ पे शो होगा. सर अगर हम लोग कोई कोड को भी क्लियर करते हैं तो वो भी यहाँ पे शो होगा. कोड को क्लियर करते हैं मतलब कोड को क्या क्लियर करते हैं मतलब क्या हुआ? कोड को कैसे क्लियर करेंगे? कोड तो तुम्हारा लिखा हुआ है ना. कोड तो तुम्हारा लिखा हुआ है. What all data you have deleted, right? What all data you have deleted, that you can see it clearly. कोड नहीं दिखेगा. वह कोड नहीं दिखेगा. कोड कैसे डिलीट करेंगे? Which code you are talking about? टेबल में कोड कहां होता है? This works only for the table, database and schema, not for the code. It works only for the table, any record, any row which you have deleted. For that purpose it works. Right? For that purpose it works. Getting my point? Then this time travel picture concept comes into picture. What if we close Snowflake and you can't access the query? Time travel. Date तो पता होगा. Time stamp तो of course पता होगा. 2 महीने पहले, 3 महीने पहले. अगर ये भी नहीं पता तो फिर guess करना पड़ेगा कि 2 महीने पहले डेट डाल के देखना पड़ेगा. Yeah, you have to do hit and trial then in that case. But that information will be there. Don't worry. That information will be there. Okay, so don't worry as of now. Right? So that information will be there. So you need not worry. वो कहीं ना कहीं सेव होगा ही. कहीं ना कहीं वो सेव होगा ही. ठीक है? Let me see what else is there. If you have a table with a 10-day retention period and you decrease the period to 1 day, date from 2 to 10 will move into the fail safe में चला जाएगा वो. Right? Fail safe में चला जाएगा वो. You won't be having access, leaving only the data from day 1 accessible through time travel. तब वो time travel में चला जाएगा. वो समझ लो एक क्या मैं बोलूं, एक कहीं चला गया, क्लाउड में चला गया कहीं पे, which you can't access it. Fail safe में चला जाता है वो. Right? Suppose you have set the 10-day retention period and then you are decreasing it. You can increase or decrease. 60 days is the buffer time. Minimum you have set 10, maximum you have set 50. Now from 50, if you are reducing it to 1 day, so day from 2 to 50 will go off. 2 to 50 will be Tata bye-bye. It will Tata bye-bye. right? So you can decrease the retention and you can also increase the retention. If you have a table with 10-day retention period and increase the period to 20 days, data that would have been removed after 10 days is now retained for an additional 10 days before moving into a fail safe. Okay, I want to discuss fail safe and data cloning in the next class, right? Meanwhile, I'll give you this PPT, I'll give you this file, just go through it. Just go through it and try to read it. Try to read it. You will get a very good overview. Very, very good overview. Right? Code also I'll upload it. Everyone knows the link to the GitHub. I hope you have the GitHub. You can read the description of this video and you'll find in the GitHub link. There I'll be uploading it. File number 21 and you can find this. All these PPTs and everything. Okay. One more class I have to take on this. I want to teach you more of fail safe and how you do the data cloning and time travel. Sir, if disable time travel, can able to enable again. So if you have disabled the time travel, yeah, you can enable it. Yeah. But suppose, very good point, David. Suppose if I have disabled the time travel today, so whatever work you are doing from today, you cannot access that. Suppose if you're enabling it after 2 days, your 2 days data is lost. You cannot enable that. 2 days later, you cannot recover them in that case. In that case. Okay? Yeah. Here, data cloning or data mining both are same. No. There's a huge difference between data cloning and data mining. Huge difference. Data retention by days. Yes, this is the column which you will set. Data retention by days, as Anil has pointed out. Data retention by days, guys. That is your main column. Main one. Data retention by days. You can retain it. How many days retention you got? Okay. I want to keep this class very short since I started 11:30. Good. We can wrap up then. 2 things I have shown you. One using timestamp, another you can show using the query ID. Right? I'll show you more examples in the upcoming classes. Right? Let the people watch this class, those who will be joining late. I mean, those who might have joined late or later on, they will be watching it. Then further down the line, we'll do one more session on this. Okay? Then things will be clear. Right? Okay? You guys enjoy. Take care. We'll see you again. Right? Just subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed it. To click the bell icon so that you get the notification. I forget to tell this, but make sure so that even if I go live very late, you'll be able to see this. Next time, yeah, of course, prior intimation will be there. Yes, don't worry. Yeah, next time prior intimation will be there. Yes, this is a very, good for interview preparation. What is that extra edge which Snowflake stands out of the box? You have to talk about time travel and data cloning. Next class, data cloning and time travel. That will be the part 2. You can treat this as a part 1. And that I'll take care as a part 2. Okay? Yeah, it's almost 2K have reached subscriber. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Good night. Take care. See you after some time. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.